Dumbbells versus barbells is a debate that's been around forever. Although they are both free weight movements, which I always say are the basic foundational lifts for building muscle, they do each have their own strengths and weaknesses. One argument, however, that's generally made by people who favor dumbbell pressing over barbell pressing is that dumbbells allow for a greater range of motion. Therefore, the argument is that they're superior to barbells. Now, I won't go as far as saying that either movement is superior to the other, as there's additional pros and cons that go beyond this argument. But this one point, it always drives me crazy whenever I hear it, because it's not necessarily true. This argument comes from people that say that when you lower a barbell, you're limited by the range of motion to when that bar touches your chest. Obviously, you can't lower a straight bar beyond that point. And the argument is, now if you have dumbbells instead of a barbell, you can lower them further than you would with a barbell by moving your hands outside of your chest. But here's the thing. That's assuming that you're lifting with the pink dumbbells, the ones that are not much bigger than your hands. And if you're doing that, of course, you can easily move those around your body. But what about when you get past that weight and you're lifting the 80s, 90s, 100s, or even the 120-pound dumbbells in the gym? And if you could bench 225 for reps, you're probably lifting the 100-pound dumbbells for reps on the flat press. But now, we're talking about dumbbells that are significantly larger in size. Whether you realize it or not, this drastically changes the movement. A flat dumbbell press done by a guy with the 25-pound dumbbells is a completely different lift than the flat dumbbell press done by a guy with 120-pound dumbbells. Now, even if it's the 10 rep max of both guys on this lift, the average range of motion of this exercise gets shorter as the weights get progressively larger. And now, this limits the ability to lower them around your chest. Now, even if you were trying to compensate by pressing much wider, you're now further altering the movement, and your elbows, your wrist, and your technique, they all have to change. This not only applies to the flat bench press, but the incline and dumbbell shoulder press as well. If you take a look at a barbell press and you compare that to the same movement done with dumbbells, just watch the person's hands during the lift. On a dumbbell shoulder press, my hands only make it down to about nose or ear level. But with a barbell, I bring it down all the way to my clavicle. On a flat barbell bench press, the bar touches my chest. But with dumbbells, my hands are easily 2, 3, or 4 inches above my chest, depending on the size of the dumbbells. Now, let's get this straight. This doesn't mean that barbells are superior, as they again have their own pros and cons. And dumbbells actually do have an advantage of a more natural range of motion, allowing you to bring the hands towards each other at the top of the movement. This effectively brings the arms across the body, one of the main functions of the chest. But don't be confused. This is not a larger range of motion, just a more natural range of motion. But the main takeaway here is that as you become bigger, as you become stronger, lifts and techniques change. The advantage you might get on one exercise when you're lifting the 20-pound dumbbells could very well be the exact drawback of that exercise when using the 100-pound dumbbells. That's why there's no best exercise universally, but different tools to be used at different times to accomplish your goals. And that's why I always say there's no must-do exercise in the gym, but you should use the most effective ones for your own unique goals and situation. And for most people, that's going to come down to a large variety of movements. And if you want the training programs that I personally recommend to build muscle using proven old school bodybuilding training methods, check out my old school mass gain programs down below. And as always, if you guys want to see more of the best original bodybuilding content just like this, make sure to hit subscribe.